Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Davina's Faith. So today I have another special video for you guys. I'll be interpreting another subscriber's dream. And before I get started, if you guys are interested in getting your dream interpreted, you can email me at davina1221@gmail.com and I will get back to you. And you could be anonymous if you want. So I'm about to get started by reading the email. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so it says, "Hey Davina, I would like to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to reveal who this is. I have been praying for God to open a door for me to get my driver's license this year. At this point, I am now 25, and my heart's desire is to get my license." So she's referring to her driver's license. She's 25 years old now, and she wants to get her driver's license. And as you guys know, if you watch any of my other videos about me and my journey of, well, I didn't share my journey, but me finally getting my license. I had got my license at 28 years old, and I got my car at 28 years old too, within a month apart. And I'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later. And then if you want like more in depth about my my testimony of finally getting my license, you could look at this video up here or look in the description box. I'll leave it somewhere in this video. I can relate, girl. You already know that I got my license at a older age, and I know that it's like a struggle, it's like a hard thing, and it's hard to admit that, and you may not want to tell everybody that. So let me stop rambling and get back into the email. "I have taken the test twice at 2 different locations and failed both times. I felt a lot of shame and embarrassment about it, but anyways," so she was just giving a background of her situation, and this is the dream that she had. "On the night of February 7th, 2020 until the morning of February 8th, 2020, I had a dream that I was driving my mom's car late at night alone, and it was very dark. In the dream, I was very tired and it was hard to see. I was turning a corner on a street I am familiar with, and it was like I suddenly went blind and everything was so blurry and dark. In the dream, I remember praying to God that I wouldn't get in an accident or hit another car because I couldn't see anything at all. I also remember pressing the gas pedal but being confused because I wanted to press the brake since I couldn't see and needed to pull over. Since she couldn't see anything, she wanted to hit the brake pedal. So you know, when you use brakes, that's for you to slow down. If you need to pull over, she was trying to do that, you know, pull over to the side because she couldn't see. You know, common sense, like in the natural, that's what you would do. If you have common sense, you would slow, you know, use your brakes, slow down and pull over your car because, you know, you don't want to get into an accident. So but instead of it going on the brakes like she wanted, it was going on the gas. I remember trying to pull over to the side since I couldn't see and was tired, and didn't want to bring any harm to myself. That was the end of the dream. I was still blind but not sure what else came of it. So thanks, girl, for sending in your dream. I'm just so happy that you trust me to help you with your dreams or whatever. Everybody, whoever's commenting, asking questions, and sending in your dreams, I really appreciate it. It's not all about me. God gets the glory, but he uses me as a vessel, and I'm just happy, you know, that people are trusting me. And I love dreams. I've always been a dreamer, always loved dreams. Like, I love to sleep too, and majority of times when I'm asleep I get dreams. So I just thank you, and let's get into the interpretation. So your dream is basically self-conditioned, and there's a little bit of fear in there as well. So self-conditioned is basically your current situation. If I could sum that up, it's basically something that you're going through right now, and it's kind of going into your dream life. So if you constantly you don't even have to constantly think about it, but for me, I know if I'm constantly thinking about something, or I might be worrying about a situation, or it's just something that's going on in my life. It don't have to be negative. It could be something good as well. I could have part of that in my dream, making it a self-condition. It's the condition or the state that I'm currently in. So, like you said about you wanting to get your license, and then one part really stuck out to me in your dream. In the dream, I was very tired and it was hard to see. So I believe that this scenario came up in your dream because of you. You've been waiting for a while. I don't know how long you've been practicing. I didn't ask you that. How long you have put in the effort to get your driver's license. But I could see that from what you said and from the dream as well, it goes hand in hand with your situation. So I'm happy that you wrote in your situation, because that helps a lot too. And I could just see that you're very tired. You're growing weary of waiting for your license and getting your license. You want to have that accomplishment, that achievement, and you're getting so tired that you can't even see the blessings that's to come to you, or you're not seeing the manifestations of the effort that you're putting in, and you just can't see what God has in store for you. So I believe that's why you were so tired in the dream, and then everything you can't see, everything was so blurry, it was so dark, because since you failed the test twice and you put in the effort and you're not getting the results that you want, you can't see the blessings that God has for you. It's hard to see it because you're like, man, I'm putting in this effort, I really want this, I really desire this, I feel like it's overdue, and I'm really putting in the effort, or I'm finally putting in that effort, and I really want this, and I'm going hard for this, and I cannot see the manifestations of my labor. I don't see it yet, Lord. When is this going to happen for me? When am I going to get this blessing, Lord God? I'm happy for the people that surround me that's getting the blessings that I want, Lord God, but I desire these blessings as well. I desire these things, Lord God. When is it going to be my time? Sorry for getting kind of emotional, but I know how you feel, girl. Like, it was a time where I didn't put in the effort. Like, it was times where I put in the effort. It was times that I didn't. Like, I got my permit, which is the beginning stages of the first thing that you do to get your driver's license. You get your permit first, which is you taking your written test. You have to study for that test. Basically, from the different places I've been to, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, you take it on a monitor or a computer, electronically. So you would take it electronically or written, but basically you answer questions, and it's normally about 50 questions, and you have to get about 40 of those questions right to get your permit to pass. So I had got my permit at a decent age. I first took it when I was about 16 in high school, because we had the driver's ed class, and but I failed it by just a few points, and then about the next year I had got it. So I had my permit 17, 18 years old, so it wasn't too bad, decent age. But guess what, I didn't get my driver's license until 28 years old. So that was 10 years, and it's not like after I got my permit the first time that I put down my license completely, like put down getting my license completely. I just had different increments of trying and then putting it down. So once I had got my permit, I did practice driving. I decided to go to driving school. My mom at first tried to help me, but I was so paranoid. My mom, she's like very stern, and like we have different personalities. Basically, I could be stern in a way, but I'm more gentle. Like, that's just me. I could be blunt at times. That's kind of me. Like, I'm meek and gentle, but when I'm serious and when I know something, I could be pretty blunt about it. Like, so that's me. That's like my tough side, being blunt. But other than that, I'm just very gentle. I'm a pretty gentle person, and my mother, she's like the opposite. She can be gentle when need be, but she has a different personality, basically. So my mom, she prayed for me to be this way, and maybe I'll do a story time about that, about how my mother prayed for me and her prayers came to life. But let me not go off topic, but yeah, so it was hard for me to learn with my mom when I first got it, when I first started practicing. So I decided to enroll myself in driving school, and the first time I went pretty good, and I was so close to getting good enough to take my driver's test, but I eventually stopped for some reason. I only practiced one time with my uncle, and then I stopped. I got really serious again when I was about your age. I was about 24, and I said that I was gonna get my license that year. And I had got my permit over so many times. I had my permit for about four to five different occasions. I had got my permit. It was about 2 times I had got my permit and trying to get my license, and I took the permit, passed it, and just never went to my road test. So I always put off my road test. I would schedule a new road test and then just not go. I would just never go, and then I would stop practicing. So I had always got the basics of driving, like operating the vehicle. My turns could have been better. That's one thing that I had to work on, and of course parking. I had to practice on parking better, but I was getting the basics of driving. During the early years of me getting my permit, I was like, you know what, I'm about to get my apartment. I'm going to go and get my license this year. I'm gonna roll myself back in driver's school, even though it would be kind of embarrassing if somebody that I knew I grew up with see me in the driver's school vehicle. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go for it again. Actually, you know what, I didn't enroll into a driving school that was like in my area that I was from, because I was still in New Jersey when I was 24 and 25. But what else? I had rode in one in a different town that wasn't far from the town that I was in, but just because I'm like, you know what, I don't want nobody to see me that know me, whatever. It'll be just too embarrassing, because I'm like, I know that people that I grew up around, that I went to school with, they probably had theirs for about at least 5 years. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I did. I went to a total different town, and I had to travel up to that town every time I had a practice. So they wouldn't come to meet me where I lived. I had to go travel up there. So we would meet in like kind of like a downtown area. I think they call it uptown. In that town, instead of calling downtown, they call it uptown. But basically, where all the shopping centers are, we would meet up there, and then I would practice. And the person, they were Hispanic, and they mostly spoke Spanish. And I speak a little Spanish, but not that much. So it was kind of hard to understand everything that she wanted me to do. And she was like an older, like not old, but not in her 20s or 30s or 40s. And she was good, but it was kind of hard to understand her at times. But for the most part, I got, I had got back into the groove of things, and then I stopped again. I don't even know why I stopped. I remember that was during the time when things had got bad for me. Part of my testimony that I shared about, that things were going to decrease in my life or whatever. Yeah, God was just going to take me through a tough time in my life. So that could have been the reason, me not having the finances to do it every week. Sorry for me rambling. But yeah, I just wanted to give you this background. I had eventually stopped again, so I didn't even do my road test. So I had put off. Then I moved to Ohio. I eventually moved to Ohio with my family, and I had got my permit again. I got my permit again, but I never just practiced. I wanted to do driver's practice there too, instead of practicing with my family, because I felt like that would be just too embarrassing, because I didn't know how good I would be, because I haven't drove for years. It would be like me starting all over again. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do driver's school again, but I just never put in the effort while I was down there, to be honest. A fully grown woman, everything. But then once God led me to come back here in New Jersey, I knew that I just wanted to do everything, just do good down here. I came down here not to do that. That wasn't my intentions. I just wanted to be obedient to God, and to just be led by Him. But when I came down here, I was like, you know what, I'm making sure I do everything that I want to do, like as far as achieving goals, and I have achieved different ones. I said I was going to get my license and stuff over here, and get my apartment and stuff. Still working on the apartment situation. Just trying to figure out when I should do it, because I'll be kind of worried about my grandmother, but I gotta live for myself too. I can't just please others. It was the spring of last year. I had just on one of my off days from working at the place I was working. So I was working at a 9 to 5 job and doing hair. Um, and on one of my off days, I was just studying the manual, going online, studying the practice questions, doing the practice questions, and then I just what's the word? I just spontaneous I just spontaneously just went down to motor vehicles and took my permit test. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just go down there. So I went down there on a whim. I took some of my notes, because whenever I did went for my permit test, I always studied, always took the practice test, and I always wrote down notes. So I had notes, and the notes had helped me. I studied. I just bring my notes with me, go through it before I would take those tests, those permit tests, and it just helped me. So I went and I didn't pass. I didn't pass by a couple of points. Can't remember how many. I don't think it was more than 5 points, something like that. 3 to 5 points I failed by. So then once it was time for me to take it again, you could wait a week or two. Once that hit, I came the following week after the time. So if it was you had to wait a week to take your permit again, I came the second week. Or if it was you had to wait 2 weeks, I went the third week. So I went, and then I passed it. I passed it once I went back. I had studied the areas that I did not do good in, so I remembered some of the parts that I didn't do good in, that I felt like the questions that I got wrong. I remembered most of them, and I studied those questions, those areas for the questions, because it was a chance that I wouldn't have the same test that I had took. They have different versions of the test. They have probably 4 different tests or 5 different tests that you could take. And I just studied the ones that I got wrong. I can't remember word for word, of course, because you can't use the phone. You can't use, you can't have nothing while you're taking it, or you will get eliminated and have to leave. So I just remembered, I kind of remembered the questions I got wrong, and in those areas, not just studying the question, but studying the whole area of the test. So if I got something wrong about seatbelts, for example, I would just study about seatbelts. Basically, I would add those chapters into my studying, and I did, and then I passed. So then, once I passed, I immediately found somebody online. The first few people that I found online, they did not answer the phone, and then I found my driving instructor. My driving instructor, she Molly, and he helped me a lot. He was kind of he kind of had a slick mouth about certain things, but it really helped me. And once it was time for my road test, the road test that they had scheduled me, I did not schedule another road test. Once it was time for that, I passed the first time. So I'm just so thankful, that I did it and I didn't give up. So with me failing the permit test that time, I could have just gave up and been like, even though I took my permit test, I had my permit previously multiple times, but I could have just been like, I could just went back to how I was and just put it off again for some more years. But I'm like, you know what, Davina, you're getting older and you have wanted this. You need to be more fearless and just go for it. Go for the things that you want. And I made a dedication to get my license. So you already passed the stages of getting your permit, and now when taking your road test, and you want to pass it. So my advice in the natural would be for you to study the areas that you have gotten that you're not doing good in. So I'm not sure if you're enrolled in driving school, or if you're just practicing with a friend or somebody, or if you're just doing it by yourself. If you're doing it completely by yourself, ask somebody to help you out, like somebody that's really good at driving. Or I would advise you, if you're not in driving school, to enroll in a driving school. Don't be embarrassed. I was 28 years old, even though I don't look, super old. I kind of look a little younger than my age. I was 28 years old doing driving school, in an area where there's a lot of people, that probably knew me. So I had the chance. I didn't personally see anybody that I knew. They could have seen me, and I just didn't know that they saw me. But I was taking that risk, not caring. I was like, you know what, I don't care. It's somebody that I know from one of my old high schools, college, in a hair salon, or somebody that I just know see me inside a driving school vehicle, me practicing driving. I don't care who sees me. I'm gonna want to get my license. So I just became fearless in that aspect, not caring what people said. And I enrolled in driving school, and I did pretty good. I had some struggles, and some things the way he explained that I didn't understand. But now I'm like, oh my God, that was so, that was kind of crazy that I didn't understand that. But yeah, just be fearless and don't care what people say, what people think about you. You might be a little bit older, but as long as you get it, if that's something that you want, as long as you get it, then you're good. Keep on trying. Just look at the areas that you failed in. I don't know if they tell you what areas that you failed in, but just think about the areas that you're not that confident in. And if they did tell you what areas that you failed, practice in those areas. Go to driving school. Just invest in driving school and do it once a week. You could do it once or twice a week. I was doing driving school once a week, and then a few times I did it twice a week. So I would just enroll in driving school because that's like the best option. Or if you have somebody that you're really, really comfortable with, and they're really good at driving, and they're really good at explaining different things when it comes to driving, then I would go to them to help. Let them see how you drive, like how you turn the wheel, how you park. If you're looking at both of your rear view mirrors, the left mirror, the right mirror, this mirror up here. Let somebody examine your driving. I would recommend that. Let somebody examine your driving, okay? And that will help you so you can see what you're doing wrong. Yeah. Pray about it and then go for it again. So just work on that and then go for it. Pray. Definitely pray right before your test. Lord God, I ask you to give me the confidence in who I am, my age, to be proud of who I am, to be proud of my age, to know that I am to know that I am successful, and I will be successful in the ways that you call me to be. And Lord God, give me the strength and endurance to go through this thing, to pass my driver's test, Lord God, to have my license, Lord God, and walk into the things that you call me to be in. Lord God, I know I could pass this. I know that you give me, and start reading some scriptures, I'm going to leave some scriptures in the description box that gives you courage. Okay, think about David. David was somebody in the Bible that was so courageous, and he just, he was courageous. That's how I see him, and brave. Look at David's character, and also just look up some scriptures. I'm going to try my best to leave some in the description box, and just pray. I would say pray every day while you're practicing, and then definitely pray the day of your test. Yeah, I prayed before my test, and also, I had practiced right before my test, and it was a possibility that I was going to pass. Like, I was still messing up in certain areas that I had already been practicing, like the parallel parking. I could not, like, I would turn my wheel too far to the curb, or not far enough. I kept on messing up on that, so I was kind of nervous that I wouldn't pass, but I just had confidence in myself that I would pass. My instructor, he didn't even have that much confidence once he seen me doing those mistakes. He's like, you sure you want to take this test this day? You can reschedule it. I was like, yep, I'm going to take it. I was just like, I'm going to take the risk. If I fail, I could take it again, but I believe that I'm going to pass it. And I did, because I had confidence in myself. And I did pretty good while I was taking the test with the instructor. So just believe God that you're going to do it, that you can do it, and don't be embarrassed. I have that experience too. I was very embarrassed, and then the instructor at the end of me passing had the nerve to ask me how old I was. First of all, I wasn't just embarrassed that I didn't have my license at my age. I was just overall embarrassed at my age. I was, I'm like, getting to 30 years old. Like, you're a full-grown woman once you hit 30. You grown, 25, you really grown, but 30, that's a grown woman, and I felt like I didn't have enough for, you know, the point of my age of my life and didn't have what I wanted. You know, I thought I would be super successful at this point of my life, to be honest, and I still don't have the success that I desire, but I know that God's working on me and God's going to bring me to my thing. I'm just seeking Him for, you know, what He has in store for me, and for me to not try to be so in control of my own life, and, you know, just asking God to lead me and know that I will be successful. I might not got it super young, 21 years old, but, you know, I still will be successful, and I don't have to be on TV to be successful. Not that I want to be famous, but, you know, I don't have to be the most well-known person to be successful. I don't have to be a billionaire to be successful. But God will bring me to my success, and He will bring you to your success as well. So, girl, just be encouraged. I wish I could say your name. So just be encouraged, okay? I know I said a lot. Just be encouraged. Just know that God has your back. That's one of my favorite things to say. God got me. I say it in, you know, not proper terms, but God has my back. God got me, okay? Know that God has you. God got you, okay? And just stay motivated. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Don't lose your motivation. Keep on going at it, and pray and practice. Look at the areas that you're not that strong in, or that you may think that you're strong in, that you may have failed to do. And try, when you take your test, try not to be nervous. Try not to think about somebody looking at you, or if you're going to do something wrong, just be confident in it. Just make it natural to you. And I was kind of nervous, but I kept replaying in my head that I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Keep that in your mind too. You say, I'm going to pass. I could do this. I'm going to pass. I can do this. And to not overthink it, and to try to calm your nerves down. You may be a little nervous, but try not to be any type of paranoid, okay? Alright, and I'm gonna just stop right here because I will talk forever. Alright, so thanks so much for sending in your dream, and for you guys that's viewing this video, thank you for tuning in to listen to this dream interpretation. I pray that it helped you in some kind of way too, even though it might not be directly towards you. It can help you in some kind of way if you dealt with a situation like this, okay? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more, okay? Bye bye.